Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Always glad to be here, always glad to have you here. Thank you for supporting the channel as we try to do all of the work and you reap the rewards. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, and let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. All right, make sure that I am reaching out to everybody. Then everybody can hear me and all that kind of stuff. Come on, y'all. I know it's a delay, but y'all got to type faster than that. Y'all got to anticipate what I'm going to say so that you can put it in there already. Sigh. Y'all should know I'm going to be asking. Wow, Glenn put on a tie for us today. Hit the like button. Yeah. Joey and I had to record a video. Joey was helping me record a video that I had to do for another department within the company. And I didn't feel like changing and taking off the suit, so I kept it on just for you. You guys should all feel special. Wickaset, Maine? Did I say that right, Ted? Wickaset, Maine? That's way up there. Look better with a cowboy hat. Today's not Western Wednesday. That was yesterday. So next Wednesday, I'll have another cowboy hat on, a different one. So we'll keep on going with that. Looks like, for the most part, you guys can hear me, and that's important. All right. As I look at how many people are here, you know me. I want to try to get us up to 300 people. I need everybody in the room right now to share this live link on your social circles. Let's get people here. Why is that important? Because people need to know what's going on in the market and not get caught up in the whirlwind of just stuff. All right, so if you want to help somebody that you know that is investing in the stock market, this is an opportunity, folks, for you to help someone else. So I need you guys to get on it. Share the link. Share this live link. Joey will put it in the chat for you. Share this live link with people on your social circles. Let's get people informed and less uneducated. How about that? All right. And there you go. Jim says, made a live event. Glad that you're here. Glad that you're here. It's Wisconsin. All right. Thank you, John. Listen, I'm trying. Wisconsin. Hello from Southern California. Cold and windy. When's the last time, Sherilyn, that you had this much winter in Southern California? When was the last time you had this much winter in Southern California? And I'm a big fan. I love me some San Diego. It's one of my favorite places to go in San Diego. In California. I know Sherilyn says never. So this is got to be kind of different for you guys. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in the market. As I look at the homepage of the VectorVest software, I can see that we've got all three yellows for 2 days in a row. All right. The market just turned positive. All right. The market just turned positive today. Let's go see if it's going to hold. Does this market have legs? I have a question to ask. Do you think that there's enough in the market to really denote that we have some upside in the market, real upside in the market? Type of 1. If you don't think that, type of 2. All right. If you don't think that, type of 2. And I'm on the mindset of 1. I don't think that there's any really good news out there to really push the market higher, to give any legs to the upside. So a couple of people saying 2, a lot of people saying 2, more people saying 2 than not. So if that's the case, tell me, what is the good news that's pushing the market higher? For everybody who's saying 2, what is the good news that's pushing the market higher? What is out there? Because I don't know. All right. And talking about contras, I'm going to talk about that, Jay. I'm going to talk about that, Jay. For anybody who's typing a 2, I don't know. And Kevin, that ain't what we need. Hope. We can't invest on hope, folks. That's not how that works. We can't invest on hope. Fed spokesman, Mehdi, what is he saying? He's saying that he's going to be more hawkish, more Kashkari and somebody else, along with Jerome Powell, are more hawkish on the market than dovish. Salesforce, I misunderstood the question, said Bill. Okay, I got you. Transportation, and the only thing that's really moving in the transportation field is shipping. Is that enough to carry the market higher? I don't think so. The world is worse. The latest news I see is that the 30-year mortgage just hit over 7% again. I'm curious, what is out there to say that the market's got this move to the upside. I don't know where it is. And Kevin put out there what it really is hopation. Hopation is not how we invest in the market, for real. Western Wednesday has turned to Wall Street Thursday. No, well, listen, every time we're on here, we got to be talking about what's going on in the market, right, Chris? Wow, I have not seen 7% in over 15 years. So again, when you even as Jay puts that out there, I don't see what news is out there to continue to push this market higher. As I'm looking, this is just today. One day doesn't make a trend. But as I look today, man, I'm like, I don't see it. I don't see it. All right, we got almost 200 people, folks. I'm really pushing today. Really, let's get 300 people in the room. I know a lot of you who are on YouTube have a lot of followers on YouTube. Let's get your followers here. How about that? Let's get your followers here. Got an alert from Motley Fool. Buys CrowdStrike. It's a dog. Well, listen, this is the purpose behind the power of the VectorVest system. Make sure you watch tomorrow's 6 p.m. video. It's going to talk about how you can make the difference between news, noise, and whether it's something to buy. All right, so the 6 p.m. video is going to be right in line with what you just said, Roger, about what other people are telling you about stocks. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Good afternoon, Glenn. There you go. Glenn, you look far away. You look far fine today than in Western wear. Thank you, Sherilyn. I appreciate it. We still have 2 hours to go today. Hector, you're right, and anything can happen within 2 hours. Absolutely anything can happen within 2 hours. The VIX is still high. There's still a heightened level of volatility in the market, and anything can happen before the end of the day. So let's do this. Let's start getting right into the software. Let's go to my list. Where do I want to go? I want to go here. Before we get here, let's start off with the market timing graph. All right, market timing, put this on a 3-month graph, and this is where that education comes in. Look at what happened today. Here's the wedge that I had drawn a few days ago. Little consolidation. Look at what we did today. We broke out of the wedge today, but look at the rebound, putting us right back into the wedge. No matter what, even if it comes back in, we're still in consolidation. We're still in consolidation. And look at the downtrend from February 2nd. We're still in that downtrend. Before I think about the market doing anything, I've got to make sure that 1 to 3-8 cross. Number one, that's my first signal. 2, let's see if we can break through this downtrend. Anything can happen Thursday. Yeah, that's a wedge. Can you say cheese? No. Greg says, hello, good afternoon, Greg. Chris says, I feel like the smart money is drawing in buyers to create liquidity to the downside, just a feeling. So that sounds like manipulation. I'm not going to go as far as saying that the market's being manipulated, no matter what you think. All I can do is I got to call it as I see it. I see that the wedge is here. I see that today we broke down below the wedge, but as the afternoon is going on, we've broken back up. We've got an up candle, an open green candle with very little wick at the top, which means it's showing some buying pressure going into the last couple of hours of the market open. All right, that's where the market stands. What do you do from here? Well, the alert today talked about what industries are trending, because that's, this is trending Thursday. Let's start jumping on board with the industries that are making money so that you can continue to make money no matter what the market's doing. And I've got indicators within the VectorVest system that'll help put you in a better place as far as those stocks. I still know that this is a trader's market, not a trending market, but I'm finding some stocks that you may have a little bit more confidence in holding a little longer than in other stocks. ACLS killed me today, dropped like a rock at the open, stops kicked in, then it recovered. Grrr. Well, I'm gonna write that down as a stock. And you know something, man, your stops kicked in. That's what you wanted it to do. Who's to say, Roger, that it wouldn't have continued to fall? And then you would have been like, man, I wish I would have used my stops. You did it all for the right reasons, so don't get all mad about it. Smart money, I didn't know. I did not know. Guess I'm dumb money. Help me, Glenn. Listen, hold on. This is for you, Fireblazer. No. All right, so I put that out there. I'm loving these. Thank you again, Joey. I'm loving those gifts, those whatever you want to call them. I'm loving them. But you know I got you, Fireblazer. You know I got you. All right, let's go take a look at what the indices are doing. I'm on the right spot. Let's go see what the indices are doing. Here's the markets. Now they've all turned positive after being mixed today. The VIX is falling, which means that people are less fearful in the market. Kevin, was it Kevin? I think it was Kevin. Kevin, look at that. The VIX is now below the value of 20. Here's that hope Asian coming in, right? Down today, so that means greed is kicking in. It's not a fearful day. The market's looking at greed. People are looking at trying to push the market higher, and that's what's got going on. So volatility is below the value of 20. Be careful and temper that greed. All right? Be careful and temper that greed. Let's go now see what news is moving the market. That's what the market, have you released more? Yeah, Sherilyn, I'm watching you. It is, my wife keeps telling me I'm losing weight, but I feel it a little bit as far as my clothes are concerned as well. But yes, I am, for some reason, it says I'm losing weight. My scale is saying that I'm losing weight, but I'm not feeling it. All right. Dollar firms after U.S. labor data points to further Fed tightening. Further Fed tightening. Everywhere you look, you keep hearing that over and over and over. Why? Because that's what the Fed's going to do. Inflation is not getting to a point where he needs it to be. That's more bad data for the economy to push the market down, not hope. All right, not hope. Thank you, Cheryl. And I thought it was hopeosity, not hopeation. I cannot keep up, Glenn. It's one of the two. Whatever makes the right sound. Whatever makes the right sound. The cure to this is to buy larger clothes. No, I don't want to buy larger clothes. Once I lost weight, I had to go buy a whole new wardrobe. I don't want to have to go do that all over again. So I'm fine. But Sherilyn, I appreciate that. All right. So dollar firms. This is not good for precious metals. It's not good for commodities just in general. The dollar is getting stronger, it's starting to pick up. Be careful with the gold plays. That's really why I wanted to show this. Jobless claims. Jobless claims edged down again last week to 190,000. People are already working. This is not good for the Fed. The Fed is going to have to still make a decision on what they want to do with interest rates, with the market, tight market, with the tight job market. Glenn, are you doing the Patrick Dyer? He lost some serious weight. I see Patrick is doing a whole nother thing. Patrick's working out every day or every other day. I ain't doing that. I'm allergic to that. I'm allergic to vegetables and working out. All right. But I still try to eat my vegetables. I ain't working out. I just got to take my insulin and metformin. That's a lot of reason why I'm losing some weight is because of the meds. All right. This is big. How about this? This is my crypto story. All right. Silvergate crashes after company delays annual report, reveals new losses. Joey's going to put he's going to try to anyway. He's going to put up a poll. How many of you, and you can answer this first or wait for Joey to put it up if he can. How many of you think that crypto will ever come back to where it was? All right. Joey's putting it up. There you go. How many of you do you think crypto will ever come back to where it was? Crypto will come back to where it was. All right, don't answer in the room. Answer the poll. Joey's about to put the poll up in the room. All right, All right, I want to see where your heads are in regards to this. A lot of people made a lot of money in crypto. A lot of people lost a lot of money in crypto. But as I look at this story, Silvergate was a major factor for financing a lot of these crypto companies. FTX was one of them, but something ain't going right in the background when it comes down to Silvergate. All right, I hope crypto goes to zero like Carvana. Carvana may or may not go down to zero, but answer the poll for me, though. Answer it in the poll. I need as many people to answer the poll. I want you to do that. Because I want to know where your heads are at. And this article looks at Silvergate. It looks at Bitcoin. This ain't a fun thing for anybody who's holding on to Bitcoin or holding on to crypto. All right. And I'm sure that there's some of you who are still holding on. All I want you to do is you do what you do. You do what fits you, boo-boo. But what I want you to know is that be careful with it. The signs out there are telling you that it's a super scary place to be. Fireblazer says Silvergate is full of lead and not silver. Crypto has no fundamental basis. And we've done a lot of talking about crypto That's always been the problem with crypto, is its fundamental analysis. But it's a fad. It was a fad. A lot of people, again, made a lot of money. A lot of people lost a lot of money. All depends on when you got in. Crypto miners like Mara are tanking. You got Riot, you got Mara, both are miners. You know that crypto's got its own ecosystem. It's got its coin, it's got a blockchain, and then it's got its miners. Put all that together to make up a crypto. Patrick and I had a conversation about this morning, and he said that the blockchain technology is probably the way to go in this space rather than the coin. All right, so Yukon Cornelius likes silver, not crypto. You remember that Yukon Cornelius? What was that from? Santa Claus is Coming to Town? Was that from Santa Claus is Coming to Town? Drew said made money in crypto, then got out, not going back. Again, a lot of people made a lot of money in crypto, but a lot of people are still interested in it. I'm still telling you, for the most part, to probably stay away from it. That's my personal opinion. Mara has been rising last month. Go look at it. Go check it out. It was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Thank you, John. Go check it out from a VectorVest perspective, Sheldon. Is it really, it could be rising, it could be getting some momentum, but is it something that you really want to get into? That's what you got to find out. Is it something that you really want to get into? Here's an EV company. Polestar cuts annual loss in half as it ramps up EV production. I'm on board with the EV space. The problem is, do these companies provide the goods when, as the demand is still climbing? If they don't, then it's an EV that I want to stay away from. I've got another one, Ford. Ford plans to restart the production of the electric F-150. Now, there's some things that I don't like about this. They're going to restart it back on March 13th, so it's coming up soon. A month ago, a battery issue caused one of the vehicles to catch on fire. Ford declined to disclose the details of the issue that caused the vehicle to catch on fire or of the implemented solution. So I think the stock moves because the EV space is still rampant. There's a lot of demand in the EV space. But let's analyze Ford to see if this is just news, if this is noise, or if it's something that you want to buy. Crypto investors are stuck on the island of misfit toys with their misfit crypto stocks. Wow. That's like, what am I looking for? I'm looking for that. That's messed up, man. Dang, that's messed up. As a matter of fact, I did a local TV news segment here in Charlotte on crypto. All right. Garden of the EV is ruled by the kingdom of Apple. That gets crickets. All right, that gets crickets. All right, do a poll on this. Would you park your electric car in your garage? That's a good question. If there's any inclination that it would blow up, would you? It's a good question. I don't know if we're going to do a poll on that, W. Phillips, but I'm going to say that's a good question. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. So those are two EV stocks. I'd be careful with Ford. I think that this is just news, but it may have some move up as well. Let's go. Here's another one. Bank profits fell 6% last year as war, inflation, and higher rates hurt results. And you would normally think that when you get interest rates rising, banks should be the beneficiary of that. It could be, but for some reason it's not. All right, so I'm going to look at a couple of bearish bank ETFs today. It could be time. There it is. Here's the two bearish bank ETFs. There's two of them in here, FAZ, and one that we don't track, which is WDRW. I don't track that here on VectorVest, but we do track FAZ. All right, so we're going to take a look at that. Mortgage rates. Man, mortgage rates are closing in on 7% again. What could help push them lower? It's tough. How many of you out there how many of you feel that you want to go buy into a new home? Type of 1. How many of you are comfortable staying right where you are? Type of 2. All right. How many of you are willing to think about upgrading right now to a new home? Type of 1. If you're comfortable right where you are, type of 2. Banks lost a record $370 billion in deposits last quarter. Thank you for that, Dan. Thank you for that, Dan. A lot of people right now, look at that. Somebody does say that they would. A couple of people say that they would. Mortgage rates are up. It's tough to say that you would want to buy a new home right now with mortgage rates are as high as they are. All right. I'm just saying. All right. Again, this is a no judgment zone. I'm just asking the question, not judging. Folks, we didn't get to 300. As a matter of fact, we dropped all the way back down to 200. Let's get us up to 300 people, folks, especially if you feel that the information that I'm giving to you right now is worth it. Invite your peoples. Tell them, come on. Invite your mama and them. All right? Because you know what I mean. Invite your mama and them and let them know, what's going on over here at VectorVest and that we could be helping them. Let's get to the AI story. I got an AI story. C3 AI reports earnings today. Man, this stock was on the rise for a minute, right? This stock was hot. It's pulled back. Earnings are today. Here's what to expect. We're going to take a look at that. Give away mugs and they will come, says Fireblazer. That's up to Joey. What happens to your money if your bank fails? That's the big question. I think a lot of us have our money, for the most part, I think, in the banks that are too big to fail. So I don't think that that's going to be an issue. But a lot of community banks might have that issue. And what happens if your bank fails? Oof, that's a tough question. Well, in our Roger's right. All of the banks that we have are FDIC protected, right? So the government's gonna have to pay, So, but other than that, I don't know. LABD, are you still holding it? I don't know. I'll write that down. LABD. I'm not in it right now, personally. I'm only holding 2 stocks and 2 contras. That's all I've got right now. In 2008, banks were bailed out. And again, was it bailed out or was it FDIC coming to the aid, Sonny? All right. What was it? Which was it? All right. So I'm just asking. So we do have another poll out there that Joey's going to put up. Do you guys think that AI is the real deal or not? All right, Joey, don't answer in the room. Joey will put the poll up in a second. Look, I thought you put it up. I saw you put it up. I saw you put up something. Or was that the results? Did I miss the results? I'm looking. No, I didn't miss the results. I thought I saw you doing something with another poll. I don't know. All right, but Joey's going to put up a poll in a second that's going to ask the question about do you think that AI stocks are the real thing? All right. And Dan said it was a bailout. Okay. Yes or no? Do you think AI stocks are the real thing? Yes or no? Joey's putting the poll up. Answer in the poll, not in the room. Answer in the poll and not in the room. There you go. Do you think AI stocks are the real thing? I am of the mindset of yes. Now, AI stocks didn't just happen overnight. AI has been around for a while. I just think that when you look at ChatGPT and being brought more so to the forefront, bringing more to the forefront, it's getting more attention. But AI has been, think about the stuff that the algorithms do in the market. That's AI. All right. So there's AI, and it has been for a long time. It's nothing that's been just brand new. All right. Do you think crypto will ever get back to where it was? 69% said no, 30% said yes. The 30% that says yes, I'm curious to know why you think that. All right. We don't have to have that conversation here. I'm just curious in the back of your minds, with everything that's going on with crypto, with all of the negative connotation that's going on with crypto, what makes you think that crypto's got an opportunity to get back to where it was? And again, you don't have to answer that. I'm just curious, just really, really curious. AI will be software like Microsoft Office and 360. The 30% who said yes are holding crypto. Most likely they are, John. All right. What's up, Reginald? I'm saying that the majority of the people who did say yes, that they are holding it. Mr. Mex Biker says, Elon Musk says AI greatest threat to humanity, yet it's unregulated. So you talk about that. How about my next story? All right, Google falls 8% after introducing AI. That's very interesting, right? Because of ChatGPT is the catalyst that's been really bringing AI to the forefront. All right. And a lot of other companies don't want to miss the money opportunity. So Baidu is coming out with one. Windows is coming out with. Everybody's trying to come up with some kind of AI to come across or to challenge ChatGPT. All right. The issue is AI has its problems still. These technologies simply regurgitate existing information. So because it's a learning platform, it can regurgitate the existing information, but in different ways that will spur thought. That's the way I look at it. I've used the ChatGPT for a lot of different applications. And what I find from it is that it puts me on a path, a creative path on the topic that I'm talking about. Am I going to use it to plan my life out? No. John says GPT. Does that stand for Glenn P. Tompkins? No. First off, my middle name doesn't start with a P. Second off, you spelled my last name all wrong. I don't have an H. There's a P in it. There's Tompkins, and there's no H. So no, it doesn't sound like that. Sue says, is it crypto or blockchain which is more valuable? In my opinion, Sue, it's the blockchain that's more valuable because a lot of other companies are jumping aboard with the technology without having to buy into Bitcoin or Dogecoin or any of the more popular coins that are out there. As a company, I can go down the path of using the blockchain, which helps me to be very safe in what I do from a digital currency. And I can create my own without depending on, and I can make my digital currency, I can call it the Glen coin. And for every Glen coin, that's $1. And make that through the blockchain without having to use the cryptocurrency, make my own coin and make it applicable to my application. All right. So I would be more so on the blockchain side of the fence rather than the crypto side. So hopefully that makes sense. All right. Blockchain is the mathematic basis for crypto algorithms have value. Again, if I'm going to look at that whole digital currency space, blockchain is the way I would go. Is it true banks and feds working on digital dollar? I've heard that on more than one occasion. And I think that the answer to that is yes, but I don't have any irrefutable proof to say yes. It's all scuttlebutt for those of you who've been in the military. For those of you not, it's all conjecture. It's all speculation. It's all gossip, however you want to call it. All right, so I don't know. Fireblazer. Stop shouting in the chat. Stop using all caps. Good gravy. Stop shouting. Side. All right. I'm done yelling at you, Fireblazer. You stop yelling in the chat. You're welcome, Sue. End of democracy if so. Well, that's another whole conversation. I swear, I wish Joey and I can go on a city by city basis where we all meet up in a bar and we all have all of these candid conversations offline. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. All right. But I'm not going to get into that, Mr. Mex Biker. I'm not going to do that. All right. Baltic Dry Index falls breakout and move higher looks likely. Super cheap valuation. I'll talk about that as well. Can we talk about politics? No. All right. No. Hold on. Can we talk about politics? The answer to that is...
No! God, please, no! No! No!
That's what I got to say about politics. All right? That's what I got to say about politics. Did I say bar? Yes, Jay, I did say bar. And I can go to a bar and have a orange juice and cranberry and just look like I'm having a drink. All right? So there we go. All right. So from this perspective, a lot of people are going after the AI space. I still think that the AI space is a good space, not just a fad. When researching stocks to short, should I just look for stocks with low VST and other criteria? Or do you recommend using the VectorVest system? CL Butler, I could talk about that real quick. Let me get into the software. I'm going to bypass the big news stocks first. Let's go to the unit search tool. If you want to find stocks to short, I would go to search as short in the VectorVest system. Folks, we got a lot of searches in here. Doug's Downers is a good search to find stocks to sell short. And what I'm looking for with CL Butler, I want to look at the graph. Look at a 1 month graph. One, I don't like this intraday, but let's put it on the 1 month graph. Where's the stock's price going? Well, it's going down, but I want to find something that's going down. Like that. That's what I'm looking for to find a stock to short. Now, it's an up day today. I wouldn't short it today. Even though the 3 is below the 8, I probably wouldn't short it today. I want to make sure that I short it on a down day. What sector is best suited for short? Ooh, I can find what my worst sectors are. All right, so there you go, CL button. There's another one. I like that. New 1 month low. I like that stock. I cannot lie. ALLK. I'd wait for it to go down lower than the low. NRIX. So CL Butler, does that make sense? Now, guess what? You're talking about finding out what sectors are best suited for short. Let's go to the viewers. Let's go to a sector viewer. You want to find out what, and this is the power of the software. This is not looking at news. This is not looking at anything else except for the power of the VectorVest software. Let's go find out what the worst sector is. We'll go over to RT ranking. What's the worst sector in the software? Drug. Look at that. We track 41 sectors, right? What is sector 41? Drug, healthcare, energy, mining. For all those who are talking about the gold stocks, mining out of 41 sectors is number 38. All right, so Mr. Mex Biker, does it make it simple now for you to find out what sectors are doing the worst? I'm not using anything outside of the VectorVest system right now to give you that information. Folks, if you thought that was worth it to answer Mr. Mex Bike's question just like that, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Lou says, Glenn, did you just talk about politics when you talk about Ford? I had nothing to do with politics. That's just looking at the car and whether that stock is going to be a good stock. Got nothing to do with politics. All right. This stuff really works. There you go, Jake. There you go. And for those people who are not subscribers to the VectorVest software, folks, I just hopefully opened your eyes to something as simple as trying to find out what stocks are out there. What sectors are out there that are doing bad? All right. What's the best for selling puts? Francisco, look at the stocks. How about this? Let's do this real quick. Let's view the stocks in that sector. All right. First thing I'm looking for, and what stocks, I know that this is a bad sector. What stocks, and let's sort this by today. Let's go see what stocks are going down the most today, Francisco. Oh, you said to sell puts? That means you're bullish on them. This is a different way. That's a different way. But if I'm looking for stocks to sell short, if I'm looking at stocks to sell short, can you show the left panel over here? Yeah, I can. But right now, I'm just looking at graphs. So there's no left panel to show, Badger, right here. To sell puts is bullish. To sell puts is bullish. To buy puts is bearish. But anything, if I'm looking for stocks to sell, to buy puts on, first off, I want to make sure that the stock is greater than $10 and that it's optionable. Holy smokes, it's down 11.89%. Horrible stock. That might be a good stock to buy puts on. Here's another one. Revolution Med, RVMD, way overvalued, down bigly, fundamentally not sound. These are how you find the stocks to buy puts on. All right. If you're trying to sell puts, though, you're looking for bullish stocks to sell puts on. All right. But this is a quick way, finding the stocks that are greater than $10, that are optionable. The little X in front of the exchange means they're optionable. All of these stocks are losing money. That's a simple way to use the VectorVest system to help you to find stocks to play to the downside. All right. There's my left panel, though, if that's what you were looking for, Tom. Let me make this a little bigger. Layout. I think I had this on like 22. Put this on 22. Make sure we can see that a little better. There we go. That looks a little better. But that's, I mean, folks, that is quick way. Wow, how come that autofit didn't? That's a quick way to be able to use the power of the system. You want to find out what's working the worst? That's an easy way to do that. Can I sell options on the spouse? No, Fireblazer. That's wrong. Wrong. All right. So let's go back to my viewers tab, watch list viewer, trending Thursday. Here's the stocks that had the big news that we looked at already. All right. Let's go auto fit. We talked about Google trying to go AI. None of these CIs are good. So if I'm trying to look at stocks that have good upside, price growth persistence, none of these CIs are good. Which stocks out of my list have high relative value? Silvergate, interesting. Do I want it though? No. And it is undervalued. It's undervalued, good upside potential, sell recommendation. I think that this news on what's going on with the delay in getting the information out is going to hurt them adversely. I think that there's a lot more behind the scenes that the ball hasn't dropped yet. Silvergate's going to go, I think it's got a lot more downside. Google going with the chat GPT or going after chat GPT. Here's for the banks that are not making money. This is a good way to play them to take advantage of the downside of the banks not making money without having to sell anything short. You buy this as a contra. It's up 3% today. The dollar is up. It's only up 0.6%. But as we have a rising dollar, it's not going to be good for all of the commodities, to include gold and oil and natural gas. Ford, overvalued. So I don't think that this news that they're going to come back and start building more F-150s is really all that great. Fundamentally not sound, not in an uptrend. I'm not feeling it. And that's the beauty of being able to look at the news as you get it and be able to use the power of the VectorVest system to make better decisions. The news may push it higher because it's in a field that a lot of people still like. But if I'm thinking about owning it, it's overvalued. It doesn't have the upside potential. It doesn't make money quarter over quarter, year over year. And it's not in an uptrend. That's the power behind that. All right. What about the vertical spread? She used to be... Stop, Fireblazer. Thank you, shouting. Sorry, don't yell at me, please. I'm not yelling. I just want... It's into your question. I was yelling at Fireblazer because everything that he was typing was in capitals. Lou says, yes, Glenn, use your technical knowledge. Ford looks not favorable. I mean, that's not my technical knowledge. That's the analysis. That's the straight up analysis on this. All right. So out of all of these stocks, they may be moving. What am I looking for long term? It would be Silvergate, but again, I'm not feeling that. Alphabet's got a relative value above 1. What's moving up the most? Let's go check it out then. C3AI, and that's earnings coming out today. It all depends on how they guide forward. But C3 AI may have another run, especially if they report good earnings. If they don't, though, the stock's got the propensity to run down. Look at the fundamentals are not there. RT is there. If they report and they miss, I wouldn't be in it. And right now, what's making the stock go up, I think more so it's about the AI craze. So I think it's the news pulling up all the AI stocks, but fundamentally, I don't like it long term. Hopefully that makes sense. Understood, but I'm sensitive and I cry easily. Hold on. I'm going to put this. How about this one?
I love it!
All right. How many of y'all thought that was funny? That was funny. I'm going to play that again.
I love it!
Oh, gosh. I love these. PBTS. I'll take a look at that. PBTS. All right. You know I love you, Badger. You know I do. All right. Hottest industries. Now, because this is Trending Thursdays, I'm going to try something new. When it comes down to end the poll, there we go. Let's go see. Do you think that AI stocks are the real thing? 72% of you said yes. 27% of you said no. All right, that's fine. Thank you for taking the polls. Thank you for taking both of the polls that we set up for you today. I'm going to do something called movers and shakers. All right, so I'm going to explain what that means. I'm going to go to the unit search tool. I'm going to go to searches, Delta searches, stocks, industries. And I got one here called industry movers, movers and shakers. So all I'm doing is doing a 10-day sort on price of the industries. And it's going to tell me a couple of things, okay? It's going to tell me a couple of things. How many of you think AI Glenn is a real thing? Joey, can you do a poll? Wow. All right, so I'm going to run this again, and it's going to show me over the last 10 days what industries have risen. Somebody who typed in the room about their ETF shorts. How many who typed in there that the ETF shorts were killing them? I want to show you why that's happening. All right. ETF shorts gone up 5.84%. The second fastest moving industry in the last 2 trading weeks. All right, that sounds good, right? Out of over 221 industries, it's number 171. Still in the lower portion. This is what I want you to look at. So it looks good in the graph, in the chart, but let's go take a look at the industry. Is the industry as a whole, put on a 3-month graph, is the industry as a whole moving? There lies your answer on contra ETFs. Does that make sense what you see right there? If you're not making money in your contras and it's hurting you, what's the industry doing? It's moving sideways. What else is happening? The 3 is coming below the 8, hasn't crossed yet. So in the current market's conditions, your ETFs are hurting you. Why? Because it's consolidating. Does that make sense to everybody in the room? Type a yes or a no. All right, type a yes and a no. Type a yes or a no. If you found that useful in understanding what's going on in the market, hit the like button. All right, folks, that's power right there. I didn't have to go outside of the VectorVest system to answer your question on why your contras weren't working as well as they should or as well as you think they should. Folks, stop learning, stop trying to outguess the market, get some definitive answers as to what's really going on. All right, so from that perspective, I went through here and I wanted to see what industries were really rocking and rolling. Trending Thursday, let's see what industries are trending. So the fastest moving industry over the last 10 days was energy coal, up 6.5%. It's in the better half of the RT ranking. It's number 89. I feel a little bit more comfortable with that one. But let's take a look at the industry graph. Let's take a look at the industry graph and let's go see if it's worth it. Boom, 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 boom. How long to hold a contra? Depends on which country you're looking at. Put it on a 3-month graph. All right, look at that run up right now. If I'm looking at contras, I've done videos that showed you how to break down non-leverage from leverage contras. If I'm in a non-leverage contra, I'm more apt to hold it overnight. If I'm in a leverage contra, I'm more apt to trade that throughout the day and get out of it and not hold it overnight. Does that make sense, Mr. Mike, Mr. Mexback? Does that make sense, Biker? Nat is not a bad play, and you're going to see why that's the case in a second. You're going to see why that's the case a second, Raymond. All right. RKDA was up. So probably if you analyze it, Mark, do you have VectorVest? If you analyze it, would you buy it? Or would this be a trade today? Mark, would you buy it based on the VectorVest analysis, or would this just be a trade today? All right. So what I do like about the energy coal, not only is it moving up 3-8 cross, it broke through 2 levels of resistance. Very little wick, if any, at the top. Very little wick, if any, at the top. I'm feeling that. So I got 2 stocks from that industry. I also looked at the building. All right, let's go run that. So what I did is I looked at all of these industries. I wanted to get 5 that were on the rise. All right, building maintenance. Let's go view the industry graph. So I did the work for you. Put this on a 3-month graph. Let's go see what it looks like. I did the work for you, and I cherry-picked stocks that had the highest. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm looking for. Bottom left, top right, 3 months as an industry. Number 89. Oh, sorry, number 62. This is what Trending Thursday should be all about. So I looked at these industries. I looked at their graphs. I did from coal, building maintenance. I did from shipping. Shipping was up here. I did from shipping. Shipping moved. I did from retail computers. It is streaming. And I did from steel basic. All right. Those were the 5 industries that I got these stocks from. And here they are. Shipping. And somebody asked me about NAT. NAT, I have as far as shipping, I've got ASC and I've got STNG. But I went through all 5 of those industries. I used the stocks that had the highest CI. If I'm trying to find stocks to trend with, I want growth, price growth persistence. Does that make sense to everybody in here? Yes or no? So what we're going to do on a weekly basis, we're going to see how this works out week to week. All right, I looked at 5 industries that were rising as an industry, and I looked at the stocks that had the highest CI, and I put them into this group. And next week, we'll see how well these did. All right, especially, I think I want to get back to the roots of what Trending Thursday is all about. What's trending? And I think looking at hottest industries, movers, and shakers is a good way to go. All right, swing trade plays. Thursdays, I give you some swing trade plays. Here's EMA squeeze plays. Let's go look at them real quick. Remember, these are swing trades, so I'm looking at a 3-month graph. What I like about this is the bounce off support, and what it was really starting to do was break through 2 levels of resistance. Woo, it's pulled back a little bit. I'd wait on that. I do like the 3-8 cross on Dexcom right now. Just crossed today. Very big body, very little wick at the top. Broke through a level of resistance. I want to see it move up a little bit more, but I like it from a swing trade play. SFM, man, by the time I looked at this compared to now, I'm not feeling this one as much. A lot of give back on the stock. Was this an earnings play? Yes, it was an earnings play, but look at the give back. I'm not feeling this stock as much right now from a swing trade. STLK, I like this was an earnings play. Nice open body, wick at the top, but the body is so much bigger on big volume. RT just went above 1 from a swing trade. This could be an early entry. Also in a swing trade, Dr. David Paul's DEW swingers, which he talked about at the Tampa 2 day. Let's go take a look at these. This is pretty much looking at CI on these stocks for the most part. Wow, TNK, tankers. Look at that graph. Remember, these are swing trade plays. INSW, transportation ship. Gotta love it. PBF. Now, this is a petroleum that's on the rise, coming off a level of support, broke through a level of resistance, approaching another level of resistance, but I like the move up. Put earnings on. I could put earnings on. But think about it. If I'm looking at stocks to swing trade, earnings could play a role. But I'll keep looking at earnings for the rest of these. All right, VST. Look at the bottom left, top right, right here at the 3-month high. 388 looks solid. Rising earnings higher than it was 3 months ago. TRMD. Wow, just look at these stocks. Petroleum. So even if the petroleum space or the energy space is not moving right now, at least I can find you some stocks that look good in the space that you could take advantage of. All right, that you can take advantage of. Let's go to the next one. Remember, these are all swing trades. PAR, another petroleum stock. Look at the rising earnings. Andrea, thank you for having me put the earnings on. I do like that. Bottom left, top right on a 3-month graph from a swing trade perspective. There are some stocks for you to take advantage of from a swing trade. And look at all of these CIs. All of these CIs tell me that these stocks have price growth persistence. All right, let's go look at my EMA squeeze from last week. Let's go look at my EMA squeeze from last week. Let's go see how they worked out. All right, let's go see how they worked out. Go back 1 week. Let's quick test them. Here are my EMA. Nice. 2.39%. 4 out of the 5 stocks made money. Folks, that's only in 1 week. Let's go into the DEW swingers from last week. Remember, this is all swing trade. Good. Googly muggly. 7% in 1 week. Now, these results we don't always get every week. All right, but at least I want to show you for the most part that these stocks have a tendency from a swing trade perspective to make you some money. 7% in 1 week. 5 out of the 6 stocks made money. Only one did not. There's that shipping company, but there's TNK and TK. Still haven't found out the difference between them. This is a petroleum stock, a shipping stock. Not half bad for 1 week, right? Not half bad for 1 week. Any tips on options trade with volatile markets? So let me answer that question this way. If I'm looking at trading options, Austin, looking at the graph, which way do you want to be? You want to be bullish or bearish? And if you're having a difficult time answering that question, that should answer your question about trying to play markets, play options in volatile markets. Does that make sense, Austin? If you can say that you're more bullish, then I would look at my bullish searches. All right, if I'm more bearish, I'd look at my bearish searches to play puts. I still think that we're in consolidation until we break one way of this this wedge. I'm sitting still as far as options are concerned. All right, and I'm a big fan of what Roger says. Sell them. Volatility is high. Take that premium. I'd like to sell it and take that premium. All right. Last but not least, I got some contras I want you to keep your eyes on. Here they are. I've got 11. Notice that on a day like today on the mixed market, only 2 of them are moving, LABD and WEBS. There's Fang D, did good yesterday, but not today. Market's moving up. Contras will take a hit. But LABD, for some reason, is still moving up. Here's my 11 contras, my steadfast contras that I like. Also says he feels more bullish in general. If you feel more bullish in general, then I would still be looking at selling puts more so than buying calls. All right, because if the volatility is high, premiums are high. Would you rather spend money on premiums or would you rather take in a higher dollar on your premium? It all depends on what you can do. All right, if you cannot sell calls and puts, then I would buy calls. But if I go back to the graph, are you really comfortable with doing that given the market's conditions? All right, the 3 is still below the 8. The market is still in a downtrend. Do you still feel really comfortable about buying long? Andrea answered my question. TK is shipping. TNK is tankers. Woo! There's the answer. I just hadn't had the time to take a look at it. Thank you very much for that, Andrea. Who was the person in here that was asking me about the difference between the two? Andrea, you just saved my life. I appreciate it. TK is shipping. TNK are tankers. Way to go. Definitely staying clear at the moment. There you go. There you go, Austin. That's where I feel when it comes down to options right now. I need the market to give me some true direction before I really start trying to look at stocks to play options. All right, hold on. Let me go look at one last thing. Where is it? No. Customer picks. All right, I got a few of those right here. ACLS, LABD, PBTS, MAT, RKDA. All right. First things first. This is the first thing. Wow, just got an error trying to post. Okay. Andrea says VectorVest gave me the answer. Is that what it was? Then why did I miss it, Andrea? How did I miss it? Sigh. All right. VTNR. I'll put in a couple more. IBKR. Listen, I'm gonna only put these last 2 because I'm losing y'all. As far as people that are here. Nope. All right. You know what I'm going to start doing? If I keep losing people at the end, I'm going to stop looking at your stocks at the end. That's what I'm going to do. All right, that means you guys don't want to hear what I got to say. And I've got great information for you. Nope. All right, so first things first. If I'm looking at this from the sorting of master indicator, ACLS is the top of the list. RKDA is at the bottom of the list. All right, RKDA is the bottom of the list. Let's go see which ones have the most upside. There it is, NAT. You wanted to get more on that? Glenn, have you run your 3/8 strategy on the top stocks and top industries in up markets? I have not. All right, first time tuning in. I'll be back next week. Way to go, Austin. Thank you for that. I do appreciate that. And hopefully you already hit the like button, Austin. And next time you come, bring some friends with you. Bring some friends with you, okay? All right, so let's go. Which stocks out of this list you gave me have the best upside potential? Tanker, like that. VTNR, Interactive Brokers, ACLS. Which ones are moving up the fastest? Woof, ACLS, NAT. You notice that as I sort by these different things, which stocks keep coming out to the top of the list? All right, CIs. By CI, price growth persistence, NAT and ACLS. So if I'm looking at this listing of stocks, those stocks keep coming up to the top of the list. Those are the two that I'm going to probably pay more attention to. Let's right-click, view the stock graph. Let's go put this on a 3-month graph. Wow. Now, what don't I like about Nordic American Tank right now? There's only one thing that I don't like about it right now. What's that? All right, what's that? What don't I like about the stock right now? There's only one thing. I did bring some friends. Doesn't me, myself, and I count?
I love it!
All right. Oops, one way. Let's go back to here. It's the volume. It's the volume. I don't even call this, John, I don't even call this parabolic. I call this 45-degree angle. I don't even call this parabolic, really. But I don't like the falling volume with the most recent up. That's why. Earnings per share is falling. Oof, that's true. So long-term, I may not like it. Short-term, I might. RT is up. The stock's prices. So the beautiful thing about using the VectorVest analysis is to determine what kind of investor I am. If I'm a more aggressive investor, I might take this short-term. If I'm a longer-term investor, earnings per share tells me no. Does that make sense to everybody in this room? Type of 1, if that makes sense. Type of 2, if that doesn't make sense. From the analysis, I can really hone in on the type of investor I am, and two different people may have two different ideas about this. If I'm a shorter term investor, I like the graph. Boom. I'll wait till it hits higher than the high. But if I'm a longer term investor, earnings per share tells me no. I like that. Where else do you get that kind of analysis? All right. All right, and let's look at the next one. Ooh, ACLS. I do like the big wick on the bottom, open candle, even though it's lower than yesterday's close. It gapped down, but the current price right now is higher than the open. Big wick at the bottom. Earnings per share is rising. I like the recovery day. That's what I got going on right now, but I'd still like to see it take out that 3-month high before I jump on board. All right, so out of the stocks that you gave me, I only looked at 2 because based on the analysis, those were the 2 that I would more or so look at. This is gold, what Glenn is showing you, folks. Thank you, John. How many likes do we get? I know we're falling off on people. How many likes did we get? We got 110. Way to go, folks. I love that you appreciate what we bring to the table. I'm not pumping any stocks. I don't want to do that. I don't want you to get all hyped up about a stock. That's why even in the stocks that you bring up, I don't be like, listen, it is what it is. This analysis, you can't get anyplace else. When I can look at a stock based on indicators, really determine what feels right for me, that's power. Rather than just buying into it because it's going up. There's more behind the scenes. And the analysis that we have, which you can't find anyplace else, the analysis that we have will definitely help you to make better decisions. All right. IBKR is breaking out of a nice pattern. Let me go back. IBK, Interactive Brokers. Let me look at the other ones. I'll do that real quick. Even though I'm losing the people, I'll go back and look at them real quick. This is going to be super quick. I put these all on 3-month graphs. Interactive Brokers. It is breaking out. It's hitting a new high today after consolidating. Watch the earnings per share. It's higher than it was 3 months ago, or, something. This may not be a bad place, especially hitting a new 3-month high. And it's no wick at the top. I like that. I do like that. So what am I going to play for that? I'm going to play.
I love it.
All right. So let's go back here. I do like VTNR as well. Now, remember, as I analyzed them, they didn't catch my attention because they weren't the highest by CI, the highest by RT, and all that kind of stuff. But when I'm looking at VT, ooh, that looks good here. But look at here. Ooh, if I'm a longer term investor, I may not like it. Short term though, the 3-8 cross, volume is there, volume is falling. I'd wait on this. A lot of move has already been made. Right now, it's poised to start to pull back down. LABD, sitting in a little bit of a channel right now. I love the move up. Great opportunity to make money there. The 3 is still above the 8, but right now in a little bit of a channel. I would wait on LABD. What was that? That was a split. That's why that stock did that. A 1 for 40. Good. Googly muggly. I'm staying away from that. I'm not touching that. Wow. Talk about giving it all back. Don't throw it all away. Cause I don't want to be the one who's going to have to beg you to stay. That's Stacy Lattisaw a long time ago. I'm not feeling that. No. I'm not feeling that right now. And the 3 and 8 haven't crossed. All right, the 3 and 8 haven't crossed. You're welcome, Howard. Let's go take a look at the last stock in here. PBTS, what was that? Not an earnings play. 3-8 cross yesterday. What do I get today? A bearish Harami, could be turning back around. I'd wait on that. I would wait on that. Love that it did that yesterday, but no follow through today. No follow through today. All right, now I'm done. I looked at all your stocks on the graph. I was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, and now I see. Reverend Glenn. I'm not a reverend. Well, no, I'm not even going to go into character there. I'm not a reverend. All right, with that, thank you guys for being here. I love that we hit nicely over 100 likes before we got to the end. My idea of what's going on in the market is not just my idea. I'm using the VectorVest software where I always say, we do the work, you reap the rewards. Throw it all away wasn't the Bee Gees. It was not it was Stacy Lattisaw. The Bee Gees were staying alive. That was the Bee Gees. All right. I'm not going to look at it. I can't today, Willie. Maybe next week I'll start to look at some more stocks. But if you guys don't stay to the end, I'm not looking at your stocks, because that means you're not getting into it. I want to keep your attention. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here after a NASCAR weekend. How's Jimmy Johnson doing so far? How's Jimmy? He crashed in week 1, didn't he? He was doing well, and then he crashed in week 1. I don't know what happened in week 2. Always appreciate your humor and knowledge. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate that. Always pleased to be in the same space as you today. Joey has done well too. Thank you. Can you please give me analysis on RETA? We talked about that yesterday, Yizzle. I'm not, that was all news. I don't think it was a cancer news. I would be careful with it. It made a lot of money today. I don't know what it did today. I don't know if it had follow through today, but I did talk about it yesterday. What's today? Today is Thursday. Yeah, I did talk about it on Afternoon Market Action. I did talk about it. All right. I got to go. Man, I stay here way longer than I wanted to. But you guys, I wanted to make sure I looked at your stocks today. Again, if you felt that you got some information about the power of this VectorVest software, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Don't forget, tomorrow's 6 p.m. video is going to be about another tool in the VectorVest software where mobile people can use as well to find the best stocks to get into. All right. Don't miss it. It's tomorrow at 6 p.m. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks.